Hey everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing another one of my Planning 101 videos, and this one is going to be on how to use your first sticker kit. I wanted to do a very basic, beginner-friendly, if this is your very first time using a weekly kit, this video is for you. I want to make this as simple and straightforward as possible. I'm going to be focusing primarily on utilizing the kit itself and not trying to bring in a lot of other stickers. It's just going to be interesting. If you have seen any of like my Plan With Me videos, my planning style is pretty advanced in the different types of layering techniques that I use, but I wanted to keep this video very beginner friendly. And so the add-ons that do come with this kit, I mean, this kit comes with floral deco add-ons as well as a journaling kit add-on. I'm going to omit the journaling kit because if you're new, you may not have the journaling kit, and then also I feel like with journaling kits, it gets into like more advanced layering when you're pulling in those types of techniques. And again, I want to keep this very beginner friendly, so we'll be focusing on the weekly kit itself. So every kit is formatted a little bit differently, but you are going to see certain things repeated throughout different kits in the community. And so you'll have a page that has your full boxes on it. This one has sea foiled in gold foil, so pretty. And so this has 9 full boxes on the front page, and then we've got some brush strokes down at the bottom that we can use as boxes throughout the spread. And on this page, we do have the boxes page, which again, you'll find in most kits. This page is going to vary in the way it looks depending on the type of kit you're using, but there are some things that will be pretty standard in that you should have half boxes, third boxes, quarter boxes, and then some may give you some of the smaller, more fancy boxes where you've got square shapes or circles or boxes that are shorter than the full width of your column. And I'll get into explaining a little bit more about that in just a second. Then you have your functional page, which should include some headers, sidebar stickers. You may get checklist stickers. This format, it also includes a little bit of deco that is often included in journaling kit add-ons, where you've got the torn paper and then the brushstroke shapes and these ovals. Not all kits will have the torn paper, but again, this is just the format of this kit. So depending on, when you've got your kits and what you're working with, you may have some of these things in your kits. Then we have the bottom washi page, which oftentimes your bottom washi, you'll have a thicker strip of bottom washi and then a thinner top strip. This one has your date covers. We've got some thin strip dividers here and then a little bit more deco here as well. So this is the kit that we'll be working with, and I just want to go through, this is going to be a talk through video, which I don't do these often, and I just want to sort of take it slow, talk through the process, and if you're new to planning, hopefully show you what it's like to plan using your very first weekly kit. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my bottom washi. Depending on the shop, sometimes the bottom washi is cut on one end. This one is not. And what I mean by cut is that because of the way that the A5 wide size planner is set up, let me zoom out just a bit, and actually we do need to go over the format of this planner. I'm going to be doing this example in an A5 wide size classic sized planner. I personally currently use a B6 planner, which is smaller. Let's see if I can turn to a blank page here. You'll see with the B6 planner, there are 3 columns on each page, and what that gives you is Monday through Friday with Saturday and Sunday stacked on top of each other. With an A5 wide size planner, you get 4 columns on each page, and what that gives you is a full sidebar Monday all the way through Sunday, each one getting its own column. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday get full columns. So that is the difference between those two sizes. If you would like a beginner-friendly tutorial on what it's like to use your very first kit in a B6 planner, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to get a video created on that one as well. The inspiration for doing this video, I'm going to start with the bottom washi. Sorry, the point I was making with the bottom washi, because this is the sidebar. It used to be that not everyone wanted their bottom washi to continue over into the sidebar. And so when bottom washi was first formatted, there would be a break here in one of your bottom washi strips see if I can find an older version of a kit. So this is an older format of bottom washi, and what you would get is one of your strips. It would be shorter here because it would be designed for this page so that the bottom washi would run under these 3 columns, and then you have the option, if you wanted it, underneath your sidebar section, it would have its own separate little piece of bottom washi so that you could break that up. So you may find that you have bottom washi, depending on when your kit was formatted, that is split to give you that break in between your sidebar and the start of your week. Or as a lot of shops have started doing lately, since most people do still run their bottom washi all the way to the end of the page, some kits don't have that break. That was the point I was trying to make with that. Let's go ahead and put our bottom washi down. And since I don't have a page break, it doesn't matter which side I put this on. I'm going to start with my slimmer piece and line that up just underneath the bottom of the column. And I'm just leaving very, very tiny bit of space in between where I start that. You can line it right up against that line if that's your preference. Totally up to you. I just like having that little bit of space there. Just gonna place that down. Then take my thicker strip. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space between those two as well. The planner that I am using, I believe this is the 2021 undated planner from Sadie Stickers, the 2021 version of it. It's obviously undated, so I believe I got this planner in 2021. I think was the first year she did that. I say that because she's made very minor tweaks to the formatting of her planner in the last couple of years, where the bottom washi space has been bigger and smaller in certain planners, and you've gotten more space in the date cover area, and then less depending on which version of her planner you're using. So if you're wondering why, as you're going through your planner, if you have a different version of a planner, why the spacing may look a little bit different than what you're seeing in this video, it's just about how the planner is formatted and depending on whose planner you're using. But for the most part, with most planners that are designed for sticker planning, you're going to get pretty standardized set amount of space if you're using an A5 wide planner. And again, just leaving a little bit of space, and I just want to put this larger bottom strip right underneath that. Okay, so now we have the base foundation of our spread. That looks really beautiful. And we are all set and good to go. The next thing I want to put down is my date covers. And you have 2 options when it comes to your date covers. You can go ahead and use a pen and write in the numbers of the days of the week right on there. Or if you have date dot stickers, you can go ahead and add these on there. So I have these date dot stickers. I don't even know which, like this is a mock week that I'm creating. So I'm just going to take whatever days, whatever numbers, and I'm just going to go ahead and place these down onto my sticker. So Monday, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, all the way through to the 7th. I was inspired to create this video because I gifted my mom a brand new planner and a bunch of stickers. And after years and years of her watching me play around with my planner, I finally got her interested in giving it a try, which makes me so incredibly happy. And so I wanted to make this video for my mom and for anyone else like her. Why do I have the 9th? Oh, it's the 6th. Turn it upside down. Like, wait, what? Oh, it's 6. It's not a 9. And the 7th. But I wanted to make this video for my mom and anyone else who is brand new to planning, and you're like, okay, I have all these stickers and I have this planner. Now what do I do with it? And that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to do it as simple and straightforward as possible, especially with if you're doing this for the very first time, so that you wouldn't feel intimidated or anything like that. There's a lot of space here. You could definitely play around and decorate this area with tons of stickers. But again, because I'm keeping this very beginner friendly, I'm questioning whether or not I should line this right up on top of this and leave all of that white space at the top, or if I want to try to like center these, which I feel like looks a little bit better, but because there's just so much space. If I push this down, I feel like there's just going to be so much white space on top of it. I don't know if that's going to drive me crazy or not, but I think also just for the sake of trying to line these up straight, I think I will go ahead and just like push it right up against that top line, which is the easiest way to make sure you're putting your date covers down straight. And the thing is with older formatted kits, because this is because decorating this date cover deco area has become so trendy. Was that probably started in like late 2021. It really picked up in 2022 and it's just carried forward. Shops that design planners have been giving a little bit more space in this area, and then also sized down the date covers. And so if you have older formatted kits, your date covers are probably going to be a little bit bigger, so you won't have all of this white space around them, which will be really good. But yeah, so hi Mom, thanks for watching this video and I hope it helps you. I'm so excited you are finally planning. Okay, we have our date covers down. Before I move into the sidebar, actually what I'm going to do is put down the full boxes. So you have the full boxes page, and there are 9 of them. At most people will use 8 of them, which means you get to pick and choose which one you want to omit, which is always nice because you may have a favorite or one that's like, it's not my favorite out of all the 9. Or sometimes it could be really difficult and you could be in love with all of them and you're just like, oh, Sophie's choice. Okay, this does have a quote box. Not all sticker kits have a box that's a quote box. Traditionally, the quote box was placed in the sidebar section, which I'm going to go ahead and do that the traditional way since I'm trying to keep this pretty straightforward. I think actually if I'm going to do that, I probably do need to go ahead and do my sidebar first because that'll help me figure out my placement for my full boxes. Okay, so let's go to the sidebar. The first thing, this is an undated planner. You may have a planner that's dated, which means you may already have the script that tells you what month it is right here. Because I don't have that, I need to go ahead and add that. Finder, this is gold foil. Yeah, okay, let's go to my gold foil section in here and find a month script. Here we go. Let's see. Got a March sticker here. This is so funny. It's just the fact that I'm actually talking about my mom, and that I'm doing this in March, and I actually numbered this 1 through 6, and her birthday is March 6th. Happy birthday, Mom. Even though this video is going to go up well after her birthday. But this feels like a perfect way to like dedicate this video to my mom. This is all feeling so special. I'm going to take like a very simple, oh, cute. Okay, so we've got like, I want to do this like really simple and easy and not make this complicated at all. But we've got this beautiful oval sticker, oval shaped scallop sticker. Oval and scalloped ran together in my head as I was trying to say that. And we got what we got. But I just want to place this here, and I'm going to add the March script right on top of that. And that's going to give me my month. You don't have to use an oval shaped sticker if you don't have one in your kit. You could use a different shaped box. You could not use a box at all and just put your script down. Or again, if your planner is already dated, then you don't have to worry about that at all. And now let's go back to our full boxes. I really like this quote box, so I would like to put this here. I also think it would be fun to utilize these beautiful headers that we have. So we have this one. Because there's already flowers right at the top of this, I don't want to use the floral headers on top of that. I think that would be too much. but I think that could be pretty together. So kind of want to lift up this bottom part of this scalloped oval that we've got here, because I just want to line this header up right at the top of this column. And that helps you line things up straight, because I'm just matching it right up to that line. So just gonna place that right down there and then put a box right underneath it. So now I've got my quote box down. So pretty. Now, sidebar stickers. Most kits will come with sidebar stickers, and you'll have a Monday through Sunday tracker and habit trackers. I'm going to start with my habit trackers next. With habit trackers, what you want to track on a habit tracker is anything that you do multiple days throughout the week. For example, if you would like to track your workouts, you could write workout right inside this box here and then check off each of the days that you do your workout throughout the week. And that is the great thing about habit trackers, because you can use them to keep track of things you do routinely throughout your week. With your Monday through Sunday full box, if you decide to put that in your sidebar, what you're utilizing this for is anything that's sort of schedule related. This is sort of an overview of what you want to do throughout the week. So perhaps you want to track like what you're cleaning, and you may go, okay, on Tuesday, I want to deep clean the kitchen. On Thursday, I want to do the laundry. On Friday, I want to clean the bathroom. Or it could be that you have a schedule that you want to keep track of, that you may have a doctor's appointment, or if you have kids and they have different activities and things that you want to keep track of their schedule, anything like that. That's what your sidebar, your Monday through Sunday tracker is good for, and placing that in your sidebar. So I love these skinny little scallops here. You can place another header underneath here. You can not do a header, but I would like to, since I've got these cute little scallops, I think this will be fun to place here and just sort of break up this space. Just gonna place that. Actually, I'm gonna put that right up underneath that full box. Just add that scallop. I think that looks really cute. And then I'll put down the habit tracker. I put down both. There's 2 in this kit. So I'll put down both habit trackers. When I used to use my sidebar very functionally, I think the most common things I would track in my habit trackers, I would love to track workouts, skincare, vitamins, anything like that. We have our sidebar sticker, which this is so interesting for me. It's been such a long time since I've done a spread where I'm like absolutely focused on trying to make this very beginner friendly. And so like my natural instinct of wanting to layer and add in florals and add in foiled trims and all kinds of extra details is seriously kicking in right now. And my brain is going, there are so many things you could be doing to this. I'm just like, okay, calm it down, lady. Okay. Whew. This is going to be an interesting one for me. Also, I'm going to link in the description box a video that my planner friend Lauren of Clamlish Plan did. That was a talk through video, and it is not beginner friendly. It is definitely more advanced with a lot more layering and things like that. But I think that's a good video to watch if you are wanting to do more advanced techniques and wanting very, very slow step-by-step. She went through and it is incredibly detailed, so well done. Like, it is a wonderful video for helping you to understand like what you can do in your planner if you're new, or even if you're not new and you just want to go over a bunch of different techniques. I thought she did an excellent job going through really breaking that down and making that something that was easy to follow and understand. Is a good place to stop with our sidebar. I feel like I've got like a little bit of blank space here that I may come back to and try to put something in that space because that's kind of bugging me, but I'm again focused on trying to keep this simple, so I don't quite know what to put there at this moment. So I'll come back to that. But the next thing that I want to do is I do want to take these pretty floral headers. I'm going to take that across the top underneath our date covers, which I think is going to add some really pretty color to the top of the page. Whenever I peel these off, because they are always, when you get the types of headers that have a print on them, the print is always in like a specific order, and I always like mixing it up. So I've never put them down in the same order that I lifted them off the page. So I'm just going to line that up right at the top of the column. And just put those headers down. And this is really nice because this brings that floral print that we've got at the bottom up to the top, pulls it all together, makes it really coordinated and beautiful. Okay, now that we've got our foundation down, we've got the bottom washi, date covers, and our sidebar done, the next thing I want to do is put down the full boxes. And so with the full boxes, a lot of times what people do is this very fun pattern where you go from the top to the bottom, to the middle, to the top, to the bottom, to the middle, to the top, to the bottom. And that pattern just runs across the page. It's really easy and fun, and it scatters your full boxes around in a very structured way that makes it easy and fun to know where you want to place them. Some people also place all their full boxes going all the way across the top, or place them all the way across the bottom, or place them all going across the center. Totally up to you how you decide you want to do that. Or you could play around with the placement. Maybe you want 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, and then 1 more at the bottom here. It's totally up to you, and you can have a lot of fun with deciding how you want to do that. Because I'm trying to make this beginner friendly, I am going to go ahead and go with that very standard pattern that people tend to do in their planner. And as I'm choosing my full boxes and which I want to do that with, oftentimes I would try to put my favorite full box on Thursday because it's like at the center of the week. And so I would always put my favorite full box at the top on Thursday. And I think I might do that into the center, and then I guess the middle here, and then down at the bottom here, which would take both of these up to the top. Which I think the reason that was the reason I always did mine different, because then it puts the Monday full box right next to the sidebar full box. Okay, so maybe that won't happen this time since I'm trying to make this pattern, but let's do this. Okay, so let's start here, and I'll put this full box down at the bottom, and I'm going to pay attention to the color in the background, which I did not do here. Okay, so let's lift this first one. There are no hard and fast rules. Pick whatever full boxes you like, place them wherever you want. There is no rhyme. There does not have to be any rhyme or reason to how you place them down. I am going to choose the background as my rhyme or reason to how I place them down, which is why I just lifted up this one, because that has a pink background and that has a pink background. So we've also got green, pink, pink, tan, blue, and then floral is the background there. So I'm going to go ahead and, since I wanted flowers here, I'm going to take this one with the green background since I've already done pink. And let's see if we can spread out some of these colorways of backgrounds. The way that the columns were originally formatted, when it comes to having a full box, I'm placing this header on top for a reason. I'm going to try to explain that right now. The way that columns were sized and formatted traditionally was to give you enough space in, because they originally were used to be separated into 3 rows. So each column was broken up into 3 sections, and it gave you enough room in each of those sections to place a full box plus a header. And so I put a header on top of that just to give me a measure of where to put the bottom of this box. Depending on the planner you have, you may have those lines that separate your columns into 3 rows. Because I have the undated open column style, that was my preference. I never ever, when I planned in an A5 wide planner, I never ever put my full boxes inside the box. I absolutely I was not an in the box style planner. That's just not my personality at all. And so it was never ever something I actually thought about. And I remember when they made the change to this more open style format, I was like, yes, this is so much more me. Oh my God, this is clashing with that header so hard. I do not like that there. Let's try a different box. I actually feel like if I swap that, I'll be happier. I feel like I won't mind the bird cages under that as much. Oh yeah, see, I like that better. Let's put the bird cages right underneath there. And then try this one in the center. I like that better. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so you can play around with it, see what you like, see what makes you happy, and just go from there, because this is all about having fun, and whatever makes you happy as you're placing down your stickers, that's how you know you're doing this right. I'm gonna put another header on top of this one. I'm putting the headers on the ones at the bottom because it's helping me figure out this placement. This is actually really helpful. It's like trying to find the center. So if you have the planner that's got lines in it that breaks these into rows, you can choose whether or not you want to put your header there or not. And then if you have like the old fashioned, I don't know if you have an Erin Condren planner, I think she may still do this, where there like was an outline or like blocked out line where like you had a like designated header section, which is why kits used to be formatted where you got 3 sets of these headers, because you would have that block section that you would put your header right on top of, and it was so cute. It all pulled together. Planning has gone through a lot of shifts and minor tweaks and adjustments to its formatting and style throughout the years, but the end result was to give us all really beautiful, fun planners to play around with. Okay. Let's see if I can get that on straight. Wow, we struggle. And I don't need to measure this one, but just for continuity, since all the ones at the bottom have this header on top, I'm going to go ahead and add this header to this one as well. And if you just would like to, and you want that look, you can add headers to the tops of these 2. Which I think I'll go ahead and do just to keep all of them the same, because we've got headers over these full boxes, headers over all of these, and then these 2, so they should have headers as well. Since we have them in our kit, and it'll make everything look all coordinated and pulled together nicely. All right, we've got our full boxes now. That is the base of your planner spread. Super fun, simple, and easy. Decorated, and it looks so beautiful. And now we're going to get into the day by day in which you're putting down your plans. Okay, so before we get into writing down and going through and decorating each of our columns and our day-to-day activities, we need to talk about what those day-to-day activities are going to be, what you're going to be marking down, because the most common thing I hear from people is they see a planner and they go, oh my God, that's so cute, it's pretty, it looks like fun, but I don't do anything. I don't have anything to put in a planner. So that's not exactly true. You actually have more going on than you think. And I think a lot of times we don't stop and think about the different things that we do throughout the day that you could be marking down in your planner, and we just don't think of it as something that we would mark down. And so there's a lot more going on in your life than you think. And I would recommend getting either a notebook or a functional planner that you can use, and the decision of which one is going to make the most sense to you is going to vary depending on how you would like to plan. For me, what I do is called memory planning, and so this is my functional planner that I use and write down everything that is happening throughout my week. I take this planner with me to work. I keep this with me at all times. I don't decorate this with stickers. I just write in it. And then when I sit down to decorate and enjoy my hobby in my sticker planner, I just go back to this and use this as a reference and pull out the things that I want to mark and write down in my decorative planner, making my sticker planner more of a scrapbook or memory planner in that sense. And I do that because I use my planner and I film it for YouTube. If I were not filming for YouTube, I would be actively using my sticker planner, decorated with all of my stickers, using it very functionally. That is how I started planning. I shifted to memory planning when I started doing YouTube videos. But before, I would decorate my planner, and it was my main planner. I wrote down everything in it, even though I was decorating it with stickers. If you do not have the pressure of trying to keep up with filming and editing for YouTube, it can be very straightforward and simple. You could use the Notes app on your phone to keep track of what's going on if you're away from your planner at the moment. And then when you get to sit down that day, I would sometimes sit down on a Sunday and maybe plan out Monday and Tuesday, and maybe even up to Wednesday. If I knew what was going to be happening that week, I'd pop some things in and then come back in the middle of the week, finish filling out anything I hadn't done, and then maybe plan forward a couple more days. And then by Friday, have an idea of what's coming up for my weekend and write that stuff down. So I was in my planner multiple times a week. And so you can either use your phone or you can get yourself a little notebook and just jot down what's going on. And I made a quick little list here to go over a couple of different categories to help answer that question of, what do I put in my planner if I feel like I don't have anything and I don't do anything? So you can put, I didn't put it on here, but work. If you're working, your work schedule, days that you're in the office. If you are someone who works a hybrid schedule and you have days where you're in the office and days where you're working from home, or if you are fully at work but you have a work schedule that shifts around, and you may have a different work schedule from day to day, you can put that in your planner. You can mark your workouts, anything that you're reading, your prayer, devotion time. If you any phone calls that you made, whoever you spoke to, you can mark that down. Cooking and meals, any cleaning that you're doing, you can mark cleaning the kitchen or cleaning your bedroom, cleaning the bathroom, however you want to do that. Gardening or any outdoor activities that you may be doing, grocery shopping or shopping in general, going to any type of store, clothing store, pharmacy, any type of store, shoe store, whatever type of store you're going to. Any appointments that you may have upcoming for yourself or for anyone in your household that you want to keep track of. Any social media, either you posting on social media or consuming social media. So watching YouTube or scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, anything like that, you can mark that down. Deliveries or packages. And so many of us are shopping online these days, and so we're often getting deliveries and different packages or anything coming in the mail. If you got a special letter or something like that in the mail, you can mark that down in your planner, because these are going to be your memories. So it's all about you and everything that happens to you, and everything that is happening in your daily life is worth marking down in your planner. any trips or travel that you may have coming up, and there's so much that goes into that. I feel like those are the easiest times to plan, because you have a lot going on, from preparing for the trip, packing for the trip, packing up your suitcase, making sure you've ordered all your toiletries or picked up all your toiletries, things like that. You've got a lot of your life gets really busy around travel, and then the travel itself, marking going either in a car or to the airport, or on a cruise, however you're traveling, the duration of your stay, all the different activities you do there, and the traveling back home, unpacking your suitcase. That gets really easy to mark all that stuff, because that's when life gets busy. Your skincare or beauty routine, your personal care. There's so many different categories and different types of things, and you can get yourself a notebook and just write out Monday and just jot down a few things that have happened to you throughout the day. Tuesday, to jot it down, and then you have your notebook to reference when you get a chance to sit down and you're writing out your plans and things like that. That can be helpful for you as well. So before we get into how to decorate and include all of those things in your planner, I just wanted to go over the fact that you have more going on in your life than you think. So don't feel like you don't have enough to plan. However, you may feel like you don't have enough to fill up all of this space. And if that's the case, then what you may want to consider is a smaller sized planner. Well, that's what happened to me. And that's why I moved to a B6 planner. And I have found that being in a smaller planner works out so much better for me. You can see the size difference here. If I place this down, this is just a lot smaller than the A5 planner. And what this means is, with my A5 planner, I can probably fit about 4 or 5 different things on each day. And in this planner, I'm putting 2 to 3 things max on each day. That's it. And it makes it really simple. If you only have to figure out 2 things a day versus 5 things a day, it's a lot simpler. Accordingly to which size is going to work out best for you, based off of your schedule, your life, and just what makes you happy. And then even with this size of a planner, don't feel obligated to like jam pack it. Even if you just want to mark 2 different things here and just leave the white space in between, that's totally fine as well. It's about making your planner work for you, not making it look like someone else's planner. And that is the most important thing, because you're not trying to compare yourself or compete with anyone else in the planner community. You're just trying to make a spread that makes you happy. And as long as you're having fun, from the moment you lift up that sticker off the sticker sheet and put it down in your planner, you are doing this right, and it is beautiful. The next thing I want to make a quick comment about is icons. Sometimes a kit will come with icons already in the kit, depending on the kit that you're using. The kit that we're using does not come with icons, so we don't have that option. There are a lot of shops that sell icons separately. For myself, I actually have quite an extensive icon collection in varying foil colors, like silver gold and rose gold, from my favorite shop to get icons from, which is Crafts by Towie. Because this is a beginner friendly video, and I want to keep this as easy to follow as possible and minimal as possible, to make it easy if this is your very first kit and you're new to the planner community and you may not have all of those stickers in your collection. I wanted to make this something for someone who is a very new beginner to be easy to follow. So I'm not going to be pulling in my icons for this. And I was really trying to focus on what was happening in the kit itself. And since this kit did not have icons, I'm not going to be using them. So I'll go ahead and get started with our Monday. And let's put down some plans. So we're going to start off by taking one of our super cute little boxes. I want to pull in some green to this area. So we've got a lot of this blush and pink happening. So I'm just going to add this cute little green box here. And you can write in, and I've just written in morning workout. You can go ahead and decorate that if you'd like to. If that this kit has lots of cute little deco pieces and tons of flowers and things like that. Where did my floral page go? Here we go. So if you have this type of floral deco, it would be fun to add a cute little flower to the side of the box, or if you have an icon, you could put a little workout icon right next to that to mark what you're doing. But again, I'm trying to keep this simple. I think I might go ahead and just add this little flower since we've got it, or maybe just put that here and then add in this cute little leaf right behind it, and just keep that really simple. Okay. And then you have options here because you have the fun boxes that you can write in, and there are two different versions of techniques that come into play here. One is called white space planning, and then the other is called no white space planning. Very, very simple and straightforward. White space planning allows for white space shown, and typically, let me see if I can try to explain this very simply. There are some people who write directly onto the page and some people who write only on top of boxes. If you're writing only on top of your boxes, a lot of times what people would do is they would stack their boxes right underneath them. So like one right under the other. So you have their box here and you stack another box right underneath it. So essentially what you were doing was omitting the natural white space of the column that was already there by stacking all your boxes one on top of the other. And that was what was traditionally referred to as no white space planning. And there's another technique that is done with that nowadays that's become more popular with what they call underlays, which are or bougie boxes and glitter boxes and things that people place in the background and then layer their boxes on top of that, because you can't write on that paper because it's very foily, glittery, confetti type of look underneath your stickers. And so that's the non-white space planning style. And then you have the white space planning style, which is what I tend to gravitate towards. And you'll see a lot in my planning style where I'll write both on top of the boxes and then write directly on the planner itself. And I tend to alternate a little bit as I'm working my way down my column. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with my personal planning style. And let's see. So I've marked my morning workout, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a flower here and just place this here. So I think that's pretty. And I'll be honest, I don't know her schedule in full, but a lot of this is so heavily inspired by my mother, and I'm definitely thinking about her as I'm marking things down. And so this is probably going to be a combination of my schedule and things I think my mother does. We don't live in the same state anymore. I'm not with her every single day or in the mornings. I don't know what her exact schedule is, but this feels like my mom in my head. So that's what I'm doing. So the first box we put down is what's considered a third box, and I actually do have a full video on my I think it's how to start sticker planning, where I break down all of the details of what it's like to start with your sticker planning. But I was saying it as I was putting down the full boxes before. Each of these boxes, the sizing and the names of these boxes comes from the traditional way in which the columns were formatted to give you enough space in each of the 3 rows to place one full box plus a header. And so all of the other boxes that we have are sized in relation to the full box. And so you have half boxes, which are half the size of a full box, third boxes, which are a third of the size of the full box, quarter boxes, which are a fourth of the size of the full box. And that was to let you know if you were using that size box and you weren't putting any space between it, that's how many boxes you can fit in that in the traditional formatting of your columns that was broken down into 3 rows. That's what I'm trying to say. So Anywho, we started with the third box that goes the full width of the column, touches both sides. And then what's become popular in recent kits are these midi size boxes, which don't go the full width of the column. And so when you're referring to that, it's in midi size. It may or may not, depending on the size of the box, be the same height as your third box. This is a third box sized midi box, but it just doesn't span the full width of the column. And so that's the distinction here. I'm going to flip that over because I kind of want this confetti foil in this bottom corner. I think that looks really cute. And I'm just going to go ahead and place this down here. And we'll use that to mark a phone call. Talk to my mom, talk to a friend, whatever you want to mark there, however you want to mark that, whatever is happening throughout your day. I have these thin strip dividers, which are super, super cute. Also have a couple more headers, and then depending on the kit you have, you may have another full set of headers. For this one, we had 2 sets of the traditional headers and then a set of these thin strip scallop dividers, which are super cute and fun to play with as well. But we've also got these cute thin strip dividers here, and I think I want to go ahead and pull in one of those, just to help break up this space, add a little bit of deco and do something, or not deco, break up this space and add a little bit of interest visually and just make that look nice. Add that here, and then I think I'll go ahead and pull in one of these cute little flowers. This is so adorable. Let's take, ooh, that's kind of big. Okay, let me see. I like the idea of this yellow flower. Kind of placing this here. But then this is yellow too, and I feel like that's just too much yellow. Like yellow on yellow, it's not giving enough contrast, so I think I'll have to pull in a little green leaf to place behind that, which I think will be really cute. Oh, this is so cute. Look at this little baby leaf. Perfect. Okay. And that's fun to just break up that little section, and then we can put one more thing here. And we can go back to our boxes. Some of your boxes will be more plain, allowing you to decorate them with flowers or anything else you want to add to them. And again, if you're using icons, that helps take up some of that space in the boxes, but it doesn't have to be complicated. There doesn't have to be a lot of things happening there. You can keep it very simple and straightforward and still come out with a really beautiful spread. And then some of your boxes may have decorations already on them, so it may already have that pretty floral detail. And so I'll go ahead and take this one. I'm going to flip this over. Because I'd already put this flower on this side, rather than putting this on the page the way it was placed on the sticker sheet, which would have both of my flowers on that same side, I'm just going to flip it over so that the flower is across from the other one, because I just think that looks pretty. But totally up to you, whatever makes you happy. Which is a really big box to write that. I write really small. If you have larger handwriting than me, you'll take up more space in your box. I write really small, so. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here because essentially all you're going to do is just keep repeating what I've done in this first column going throughout the week, rest of the week, just marking down your plans day by day. And it's really straightforward from there. And it's just about writing down what's happening in your life and what's going on with you to keep yourself organized and to keep your memories beautifully decorated in one place. And then of course you can go ahead and watch tons of really great plan with me's, of which I have several on my channel. To see all the different things that I marked down and different examples of all of that. And it'll show you examples of how I incorporate icons and more deco and more layering if you want to get into more advanced techniques. But I think this is such a good way to get started and to really try out a more simplified, very straightforward approach, not feeling like you have to add tons and tons of deco or lots of other things outside of the kit itself to get a beautiful spread. You can use just your kit if you're new to this and not feel like you're being overwhelmed by a ton of stickers and still come out with a really beautiful spread. that completes this mock spread. I really did not know what I was going to write in this sidebar. I haven't used the sidebar function in so long. And I'm like, what's a mock schedule that I can just throw in here just for an example. This is also a great place. You can keep track of your dinners. You can keep track of your cleaning schedule. You can keep track of so many different things. I've literally just wanted to give an example just for this video so you have different ideas, but you definitely want to personalize this and make it your own. And again, just follow through, carrying through that entire idea all the way across this spread, and you'll come out with a really beautiful spread. I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that this makes it a lot less intimidating and makes you feel like, oh, I can definitely plan a weekly spread. This will be so easy. This is something I can do. That was my goal with this video. So if you leave this video feeling that way, then I'm so happy. I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you next video. Bye.